Coming up, open water swim returning to the Chicago River.
Julia Garner casts as iconic Marvel Comics character.
UConn men's team suffers nightmare journey to NCAA.
Plus, entertainment and sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Alina Landetta.
The Chicago River's murky waters may not be the first place that comes to mind for swimming, but that's about to change for hundreds of people. This fall, the river will host the first open water swim in about a century. The organizer of the event says the river's water quality has improved over the years and is now safe for swimmers. Plans for this event have been in place for more than a decade. The swim is scheduled for late September and will benefit ALS research and Learn to Swim programs in Chicago. Registration is limited to only 500 qualified open water swimmers.
The pilot of a deadly hot air balloon crash in Arizona had high levels of ketamine in his blood system. 4 people were killed when the balloon crashed in central Arizona in January. The Pinal County Medical Examiner's Office released its toxicology report, which found ketamine in the blood of pilot Cornelius Vanderwalt. Ketamine is often used to treat depression but can have hallucinogenic effects. The report ultimately determined his cause of death was blunt force trauma and the manner of death was an accident. The aircraft was initially carrying 13 adults. 8 were sky jumpers who had already gotten out before the balloon developed a problem causing it to crash. The pilot and 3 others were killed.
SUNY Plattsburgh is prioritizing the safety of their students. PS News reporter Zoe Rice has more.
On Wednesday, University Police conducted an active shooter training event that was free and open to the public in the Cardinal Lounge. The training presentation provided civilians with the knowledge and the skills to be able to properly respond to an active shooter incident.
The importance of it is to provide it to citizens, everyday people who are living, working, going to school on campus, so that they understand a role that they play in really the prevention of active attackers.
The event made it a priority to properly educate the public, equipping them with the tools to be able to not only defend themselves, but also to be able to report an active shooter.
We give people tools for their own toolbox, for personal safety and for situational awareness, so that we can show them the important role they play in essentially reporting any kind of behavior that could stop one of these incidents from occurring.
An emphasis was placed on learning the warning signs, understanding what it meant by developing situational awareness, and appropriately utilizing the phrase run, hide, or fight.
We do this presentation to touch more in depth on the run, hide, fight, meaning that those are your options if there were to be an active attacker on campus. First, meaning run. Your first option is if you can get away to a safe place. Get away to a safe place to make a phone call with any information that you have. Hide if something's in the immediate area and you don't have the option to run, to use what you have in your space, locking a door, turning the lights off, hiding in the corner, kind of out of sight, out of mind, or fight, which is your last option. So if you were confronted with an active attacker, then you would do whatever you needed to preserve your life or the life of somebody else.
SUNY Plattsburgh's active shooter training is one of the various events held to ensure the students' safety. In Plattsburgh, for PS News, I'm Zoe Rice.
Next week, President Joe Biden will host Japanese Prime Minister Kishida at the White House for an official visit in the United States. The visit will include meeting, a joint news conference, and a state dinner. This will be the 5th official visit Biden has hosted as president. The visit underscores the importance of the alliance between the U.S. and Japan, as both countries seek to counterbalance China's influence. The leaders are expected to discuss efforts for strengthening political security and economic ties between the U.S. and Japan. Biden and Kishida last met in person in November during the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in San Francisco, California.
It's been just over a year since the closure of Roxham Road in the town of Champlain, New York. Roxham Road once was the most traveled irregular border crossing between the United States and Canada. The border was shut down when Biden and Trudeau reached an agreement last March called the Safe Third Country Act. Almost immediately, irregular border crossings dropped. There were about 9,000 in January and February of 2023. That number has dropped to 154 in the first 2 months of this year. Closing Roxham Road did not stop migrants from going to Canada. There has been an influx of migrants crossing the border by plane. Right after this short break, a look at your local weather. Stay tuned.
Are you a criminal justice major? Do you like true crime? If so, SUNY Plattsburgh's Criminal Justice Club is the place for you. The club regularly plans outings and events, like a recent trip to the Clinton County Correctional Facility, and also brings in guest speakers. Criminal Justice Club meets every Tuesday in Meeting Room 4 in Red K Hall at 7 p.m. and is open to all majors. To stay up to date, follow at Plattsburgh CJ Club on Instagram. Hope to see you there.
Meteorologist Marcel Gibbs. Let's take a look at your weather map. So we're seeing a lot of 30s, 140, of course it's Plattsburgh. I was missing the 40s and 50s that we had last week though. I really hope they come back. Next week, I'm hoping. So we got 35 for Owlshead, 36 for Vermontville, 36 for Dannemora, 37 for Osceola Forks. We got the lone 40 for Plattsburgh, at least for highest in temperature. 39 for, say, Albany City, and 39 for Wilson. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. So we're seeing clouds, sun, and on Monday, you know what it is, the eclipse. I hope everyone has a great time watching it. So we got temperature 40 Friday, no sun sadly, a little bit of drizzle today as well. Saturday, temperature is going up, but the sun stays away, cloudy still. Sunday, the sun is coming back and the temperature goes up, so that's a plus for both. Temperature of 46. Monday, probably the shiniest day of all these days in the week. 55 temperature, finally back in the 50s. And the sun is shining, no clouds. Let's hope it stays that way. I'm really hoping. Crossing my fingers. Tuesday, clouds come back. Temperature only drops by 1 degree, so hopefully these high temperatures stay. That's all I got for weather. Back to the desk for entertainment news.
Disney is revealing some new details about its $60 billion expansion. A Walt Disney World site official says the project will include a new 14-acre area within the Magic Kingdom. He called it the largest expansion ever for the park, but he didn't announce any themes, designs, or when it will open. Disney's $60 billion expansion also includes projects in other parks and cruises over the next decade. Disney's plans come as competitor Universal Orlando Resort prepares to open a third theme park next year.
A fantastic casting. Julia Garner has reportedly been cast as a version of the Silver Surfer in next year's Fantastic Four reboot film. Garner won 3 Emmys for her role as the foul-mouthed Ruth Langmore in the series Ozark. In Fantastic Four, she'll play Shala Ball. Previous Fantastic Four films came out in 2005, 2007, and 2015. For this one, she joins Pedro Pascal as Minister Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as the Thing. Production is set to start this summer with a release date of July 25th next year. Several media outlets have reported Garner's casting, but Marvel Studios has not yet confirmed it.
Disney Plus is cracking down on password sharing. The streaming platform will start to curb password sharing in June in some countries and more broadly in September. It's part of Disney's efforts to boost signups and revenue as the streaming service continues to lose money. CEO Bob Iger pointed to the jump in signups its rival Netflix has seen since its recent crackdown on password sharing. According to data from Antenna, the subscription media company, Netflix added 100,000 new accounts in the 2 days after its crackdown went into effect. Iger called Netflix the gold standard in streaming and said he hopes a similar boost could help move the company's streaming platform toward profitability.
The hype of the eclipse has taken place in many forms around the SUNY Plattsburgh campus. One of them is an upcoming movie showing. On Sunday, April 7th, the art department is hosting a film screening and talk back of the Chelsea Bonestell, A Brush of the Future. The film is a documentary about Bones Stell's life and is paired with the recent exhibit of his art in Myers Art Building that opened last week. The filmmaker will join the screening and host a question and answer immediately following the film's showing. This will take place from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. in Yoakum Hall, room 200.
Chance the Rapper and his wife Kirsten Corley are calling it quits. Both announced that they are divorcing in a joint statement Wednesday. The couple married in 2019. They are also the parents of 2 children, a 7- and 4-year-old. In their statement, the two said, quote, "God has blessed us with 2 beautiful daughters who we will continue to raise together." Chance originally met Kirsten Corley when he was 9 years old and Corley was performing a Destiny's Child song at his mother's office party. Right after the break, your PS Sports Update. Stay tuned.
Botany Club is a group of students who enjoy learning about and experiencing the natural world, especially plants, through various activities, trips, and service projects. If you're interested in joining Botany Club, please join us at Hudson Hall on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And for more information, reach out to us on Instagram at Botanical Society SUNY Platts. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back. I'm Alex Duval with your PS Sports Update. The Fredonia Blue Devils came into town to take on your Plattsburgh State Cardinals in a SUNYAC lacrosse matchup. Before the game started, Plattsburgh honored 4 graduating seniors. Those seniors were Fiona Fitzgerald, Sam Lombardi, Janie Adams, and Lil Anise. When the action started, the Blue Devils took an early 3-0 lead in the first quarter, but that did not stop the Cardinals as they would score 3 on their own and eventually take a 7-4 lead going into the half. Fredonia would make a strong push in the second half, but could not pull off the victory as the Cardinals went 11-10 on their senior day. Leading the team in goals was junior Matty Garcia for the Cardinals. As the MLB season is underway, the New York Yankees look to get back into the win column as they take on the Diamondbacks on the road in the final game of a 3-game series. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Trying to break the deadlock, Blaze Alexander goes yard way over the left field fence. Arizona takes a 1-0 lead over the New York Yankees. We go to the top of the fourth. Aaron Judge does what Aaron Judge does best. Goes big fly to center field and a 2-run bomb as the Yankees take the lead 2-1. In the bottom of the fifth, the defending NL champion Diamondbacks with Ketel Marte hitting a solo homer to center field. And we're all tied up at 2 at Chase Field. This game would remain tied heading into the 10th inning with a new acquisition from the Red Sox, Alex Verdugo. A long bomb to right field, a 2-run shot, with the Yankees extending their lead to 2 in the extra innings. In the bottom of the 10th with a runner on third base for the Diamondbacks, the Yankees shortstop would make a throwing error to first, and Jorge Barrosa of the Diamondbacks would score from third base, cutting the Yankees' lead within 1 in the 10th inning. We stay in the 10th inning. Defending NL Rookie of the Year, Corbin Carroll hits an RBI infield single to the shortstop, and the runner advances from third, and we're all tied up in Arizona. In the top of the 11th inning, with runners on first and third base, John Berti, he scores on a balk. Can you believe that? He scored on a balk, and the Yankees now have the lead. We stay in the top of the 11th with a runner on second base. Aaron Judge finds a gap in right center field as he gets an RBI double, expanding the Yankees' lead to 2. And the Yankees would not look back as they go on to win this one 6-5. And they're currently playing their opening day game against AL East franchise, the Toronto Blue Jays, and now they lead 1-0, Toronto leads 1-0 going through the 6th. Louisiana State University basketball star Angel Reese is leaving school for the WNBA. Reese posted the announcement on social media Wednesday, and she also went into detail about her decision in a story covered by Vogue magazine. saying she's accomplished everything she wanted to do in college sports, and her ultimate goal is to become pro. The WNBA draft is set for April 15th, and Reese is projected to be a top 10 pick. And that's all I have for your Cardinal Sports Update. Now back to the desk with Alina and Sylvia.
That's all we have for you folks. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Alina Landetta. Check us out on our social medias at Plattsburgh State TV.
Have a good weekend.